Taylor Swift isn't one who shies away from being in the spotlight or attracting drama. Let's take a look at why Taylor Swift was dragged into Gwyneth Paltrow's trial. Symbolic damage. While usually when we see Taylor Swift getting a lot of hype, it's mostly because of some relationship that has gone wrong in her life. But this time, with Gwyneth Paltrow's trial, things seem to be a little different. We all know Gwyneth Paltrow has found herself in the midst of an ongoing lawsuit, and while we'll be getting into the details about the lawsuit itself, let's first take a look at why Taylor Swift is relevant to this lawsuit. Remember back in 2020, when Taylor Swift caught herself amidst a lawsuit when she became the claimant of $1 in damages? Well, according to Taylor Swift, this $1 had a lot of symbolic value and has since then become quite an iconic moment in the history of the American legal system. Well, with the proceedings of Gwyneth Paltrow's trial, it seems like Gwyneth Paltrow was trying to make history repeat itself and try to make a similar claim as Taylor Swift. When asked if she was aware that Taylor Swift had already done something similar, Gwyneth Paltrow responded that at the time when she made the claim for $1 in damages, she wasn't aware that Taylor Swift had already done something similar. However, she did admit to being aware of it now. Before we get into more details about why Taylor Swift was dragged into Gwyneth Paltrow's trial, if you're liking our content so far, then make sure to give this video a big thumbs up. Also be sure to subscribe to our channel and turn on the notifications button so you can be notified every time we post a new video, as well as be updated about what's going on in the lives of some of your favorite celebrities, friends, or acquaintances. While there's no doubt that Gwyneth Paltrow was aware of Taylor Swift's iconic $1 symbolic damage claim, it seems like Gwyneth Paltrow is hesitant to admit it. However, upon being grilled further, Gwyneth Paltrow's relationship with Taylor Swift was also brought in the limelight. When asked if she had any personal relationship with Taylor Swift or was on good terms with her, Gwyneth Paltrow claimed that she wasn't really friends with Taylor, but she attended her concert with her kids. Well, it seems like Gwyneth Paltrow was once again caught in her lies, as the lawyer called her out and revealed that Gwyneth Paltrow did in fact have a pretty good friendship with Taylor Swift. The two have even exchanged intimate gifts on Christmas, thus suggesting indirectly that the $1 damages claim might have been an idea that Gwyneth Paltrow got from Taylor Swift. Well, now that we know that Taylor Swift and Gwyneth Paltrow have been on pretty good terms, it does make sense why Taylor Swift would get dragged in the middle of her case. Inspiration. Well, let's talk a little bit about the lawsuit itself. The Oscar-winning actress Gwyneth Paltrow has found herself in the midst of a lawsuit regarding her skiing accident that happened a few years ago. The accident happened at Deer Valley Resort, where Gwyneth Paltrow ended up crashing into Terry Sanderson, who appears to be an optometrist. The crash, while it may not have had a devastating impact on Gwyneth Paltrow herself, did end up being quite detrimental for Terry Sanderson. He ended up with 4 broken ribs and sustained multiple injuries. Naturally, an accident this intense would mean that Terry Sanderson would be seeking damages from Gwyneth Paltrow, and he's currently seeking more than $300,000 from the actress in damages. However, Gwyneth Paltrow has outright denied all allegations and is in turn suing Terry Sanderson, claiming that he was the one who crashed into her and is seeking $1 in symbolic damages. While Gwyneth Paltrow might be able to make a strong case for herself, she's been constantly questioned about whether or not Taylor Swift inspired her to claim $1 in damages. With Taylor Swift and Gwyneth Paltrow's friendship coming to light recently, the possibility of Taylor Swift inspiring Gwyneth Paltrow is becoming increasingly likely. Winning the lawsuit? Well, now that we know why Taylor Swift is being dragged into Gwyneth Paltrow's lawsuit and why their friendship is being questioned, let us know what you think about who will win the lawsuit. Will Gwyneth Paltrow's claim that she isn't friends with Taylor Swift have an actual impact on their friendship, or will Taylor Swift be willing to let it go? We know at this point that both Gwyneth Paltrow and Terry Sanderson have both admitted to being involved in the accident, but who will be able to tip the scales of justice in their favor? Gwyneth Paltrow also claimed that after the accident, she stayed back to ensure that Terry Sanderson was okay, despite the fact that he was the one who crashed into her. She also added that her and Terry Sanderson's skiing instructor told her to go down to her kids and that he would leave her information with Mr. Terry in case he needed to contact her for the medical bills. She also mentioned that she hadn't been involved in any kind of risky behavior while skiing, which could have led to the accident. Gwyneth's claims state that it was Mr. Terry Sanderson who crashed into her from behind and that she was eyeing her son who was skiing in front of her at the time of the crash. She did, however, mention that she was upset after the crash and started yelling, after which Terry Sanderson told her that he was okay and hadn't been hurt. Well, we guess this is just one side of the story and that Mr. Terry Sanderson has an equally compelling story of his own.